Real VARdrid strikes again. Are Liverpool the biggest chokers of this season? Local man gets all his predictions wrong. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. ये है चैंपियंस लीग का राउंड ऑफ 16 का रिएक्शन वीडियो। सबसे पहले मैं बात करूंगा बेनफिका वर्सेस बार्सिलोना। मैंने कहा था कि ये हाई गोल स्कोरिंग इवेंट होगा। बार्सिलोना ऑन एग्रीगेट 4-1 से क्वालिफाई करती है नेक्स्ट राउंड के लिए। सम अमेजिंग गोल्स। रफीनिया मेक्स हिज पुश फॉर द बैलन डोर। मुझे लगता है कि रफीनिया इस बार बैलन डोर जीत जाएगा इफ Barcelona win the La Liga and make it to the Champions League final, which is looking very likely because of the lack of competition. Brilliant goal by Lamine Yamal. ऐसे लग रहा था कि वो बॉल को क्रॉस ही कर रहा था instead of shooting it, and somehow it went in. But still, it was an amazing goal, and Lamine Yamal is cementing himself as one of the greatest youngsters in the world. Not even youngster. I think you can put him in the top 5 for the Ballon d'Or race this season. Domination की बात करें तो बार्सिलोना ने बेनफिका को बुरी तरीके से डोमिनेट किया। 66% पोजेशन एंड 20 शॉट, 6 ऑन टारगेट इन द सेकेंड लेग। सम ग्रेट पासिंग एंड ऑब्वियसली एक डिफरेंस इन क्लास दिखाया उन्होंने कंपेयर टू बेनफिका। नेक्स्ट मैच पे आए तो सबसे कंट्रोवर्शियल मैच मैं कहूँगा रियल मैड्रिड वर्सेस एथलेटिको मैड्रिड। नाउ मैंने अपने जितना भी मैंने स्पोर्ट्स देखा है, फुटबॉल देखा है, आई हैव नेवर सीन अ VAR on a penalty shootout. I think obviously it wasn't a wrong call कि मतलब 2 बार टच कर रहा था। जितना मैंने रिप्ले देखा है, कुछ रिप्लेस में लग रहा था नहीं लगा, कुछ में लग रहा था कि हाँ सेकंड टच हुआ है पैर पे। बट दिस काइंड ऑफ रूइंस हाउ द गेम इज प्लेड, यू नो। कुछ चीज़ों में VAR की ज़रूरत नहीं है कि मतलब इतना छोटा सा सेकंड लेग लग गया है, छोटा सा बस टच करके स्लिप हो गया था, यू नो। ऑब्वियसली देर इज़ एन आउटरेज कि रियल मैड्रिड ये डिज़र्व नहीं करती। एंड ऑब्वियसली मैंने कहा था कि even if Atletico Madrid play better, which they did, they were way better than Real Madrid in this series. But you know, Real Madrid ka black magic, you can't beat Real Madrid's black magic in the Champions League. They somehow managed to win all the time, you know. And it's not that their players are better or they've actually played better than the other team. They just somehow they managed to win. Did they deserve the win? No, but they won. And now that Liverpool is out, Real Madrid have a very easy route to make it to the finals. You know, I've seen a lot of Real Madrid crying about the referees and the rules this year, and Real Madrid higher authorities slamming referees for, you know, not doing their job well or whatever. But Real Madrid fans are applying. Real Madrid fans are really two-faced because I think when something goes against them, they are like, oh, they've paid this and really shitty refereeing, and everyone is against Real Madrid. But when very crucial decisions go with them, they're like, oh, cry, and this is what happens, etc., etc. And oh, you can't blame the referees and whatever. And Atletico Madrid has come out and said that you know, people should not bash the referees for their mistake, and not mistake, for their decision or whatever. I personally think that in some places VAR shouldn't be needed, like penalty shootouts, or like in such situations where there's like a very minute offside, like not only against Real Madrid, like against any other team, कि अगर छोटा सा ऊपर नीचे हो तो आई थिंक जस्ट गिव द अटैकर द बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट। क्योंकि इतना अगर बहुत बड़ा ऑफसाइड है तो ऑब्वियसली अटैकर के कंट्रोल में है, लेकिन अगर एक उंगली बाहर है, एक टो बाहर है, दैट इज़ कि एक थोड़ा सा टच हो गया पैर पे स्लिप होते हुए और फिर पेनल्टी शूट की, उसको काउंट नहीं किया, दैट इज़। एंड नॉट ओनली दे नॉट काउंटेड, दे काउंटेड इट एज अ मिस, यू नो। अगर फेयर रेफरिंग होती तो आई थिंक इट शुड हैव बीन अलाउड फॉर अ री पेनल्टी, यू नो। It was an obvious slip and somehow very minute touch, and it's not like it changed the direction of the ball completely. It was like a very small mistake. So I think when it comes to Champions League, the referees are kind of partial towards Real Madrid, but maybe it's not that way. Maybe Real Madrid fans think different, but from how many ever matches I've seen, Champions League mein Real Madrid obviously has an edge, you know, that one extra player on the field. You know, if you look at the stats of the match, Atletico Madrid did have more shots on target. They were the more attacking team in my point of view. I think they were trying harder throughout the match. This has been a disappointing. I think for the Real Madrid attackers, this has been a disappointing season for now. In the Champions League, like Mbappe is not scoring, Vinicius Junior is not scoring. He missed the penalty as well, which was pretty easy. I think you can obviously feel bad for Atletico Madrid, but at the end of the day, Real Madrid won, and it was part of the rules. And yes, the referee did favor Real Madrid, but it happens. It happens. It's part of the game, and obviously, I personally think it shouldn't have happened. But again, it's the rules, and Real Madrid did nothing wrong. It was the referee was who made that call, and it's the call of the referee. So obviously, you can't blame anyone in this. And but I would say that it's almost impossible. Even when you are the better team, you can't beat Real Madrid in the Champions League. Inter versus Feyenoord. Well, Inter completely dominated Feyenoord, and it wasn't even a close contest. 4-1, just like Barcelona. Uh, Not much to say. Inter kind of dominated possession, better pass accuracy, more shots on target. I mean, you can't say anything about that match. Inter was expected to win and they won. No crazy developments in that match. Club Brugge versus Aston Villa. I did not expect Aston Villa to destroy Club Brugge. I thought Club Brugge was more experienced in the Champions League, but Aston Villa just showed their class. Premier League teams are a level above all the other teams. So coming to that point, Liverpool lost to PSG. Now, I said in my prediction video that Liverpool could lose to PSG. PSG is a dark horse. They came from like a 10-1 win in the playoffs into the round of 16. And, this is still very shocking that Liverpool lost. They came into the round of 16 unbeaten and they ended up losing on penalties. Great goal by Ousmane Dembele. He was the man in form. And I think if you look at the stats, PSG was the better team. PSG was the better team in the first game as well, but narrowly lost 1-0, and they won 1-0 this time. And Donnarumma, I didn't rate Donnarumma highly because I thought he disappears in big games, but this match he proved himself, saved the penalties, and you could see Mohamed Salah crying. I think it's his last game, and pretty much he lost his Ballon d'Or. I think only one trophy is not enough to win the Ballon d'Or, and Rafinha, I think, has made it in front of all the other players for the Ballon d'Or. And I think it's gonna be a close race between probably Harry Kane, Rafinha, and someone from Real Madrid, as always, in case Real Madrid wins the Champions League. I think this matchup was dominated by the keepers. The keepers were the ones who played the best. Uh, Not much to say. It's a very disappointing season. I think Liverpool was head and shoulders above every other team, I thought, but they have ended up disappointing everyone. Arsenal versus PSV. Now, I thought Arsenal lacked their forwards, like Saka was injured and Martinelli wasn't there, but they thoroughly dominated PSV, and I thought PSV were also going to be a sort of dark horse, but PSV also disappointed, kind of got thrashed. 9-3 is very embarrassing, honestly. And all we can say is that the only team that is now challenging Real Madrid to the finals is Arsenal. I think in that bracket, I think that was the hardest bracket, and somehow it's not that hard anymore. I think both brackets are now some easy teams, some hard teams, and I think we are gearing towards an El Clasico Champions League final. LOSC versus Dortmund. I thought that when LOSC scored their goal, I thought they're gonna win, and I thought they were also dark horses. French teams are proving to be a great threat. I thought they would end up winning, but Dortmund showed their class. It was a very close match. I think both teams were trying their best to win, and it wasn't like Borussia Dortmund was a way better team. It was a very close match, and well played, Lille. But at the end of the day, the quality that Borussia Dortmund has, I don't think Lille had enough to overpower them. Now, Bayer Leverkusen versus Bayern. I thought Leverkusen would win, but unfortunately, the record suggests otherwise. 5-0 on aggregate. I think They completely destroyed by Leverkusen, and with another Harry Kane goal, I think Harry Kane is also one of the people who are in the top places in the Ballon d'Or race. And I think this could definitely be the year Harry Kane wins his first trophy. I think the first match was very one-sided towards Bayern, but this one was a closer match. Possession was really close, and I think same amount of shots on target as well. Pass accuracy was also similar. I think this match could have ended up a draw, but Bayern just showed their class and overpowered by Leverkusen. It has been an amazing week. A lot of upsets. A lot of great games and one crazy decision in the middle. So it was a really entertaining Champions League week. But I think the next week will be more entertaining when the competition gets harder. Some matchups I'm looking forward to watch: Arsenal versus Real Madrid and Barcelona versus Dortmund. I think these two matches will be the best matches in the next game week. Thank you so much for watching.